Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading. My name is Edgar Mendez, and today we're going to be looking at what your person regrets most. This is a bonus reading. I want to remind you all, don't forget to like and comment, and there is an extended to this reading if you're interested in this. Extended, you can just check it out. I also want to remind you, I do have angel healing. I don't know when I'll release it. I'll probably release Leo's reading Friday. Probably do that. So it should be tomorrow if you do watch it on the day of, or even on Saturday. I'm doing it Saturday night, Saturday evening. It's free to book, but an option to tip for those that can. So do check it out if you are interested. Let's get started. Yeah. We're going to be looking at, as our very first thing, is where is this person's head at? The air came up. This is a really important question to ask for you, your reading. So where is Leo's person's head at? Metatron, Quania, Saint Germain, and BJ. I do feel that this person is going through moves and changes. I think for some of them, literally, because I see this person's house being like packed up. My dog is like eating or chewing a toy. So if you hear that, but I do feel that this person's packing up some things in their life. They're definitely trying to simplify their life. It's interesting. I don't know if this person had a habit of living large, but that's the energy I'm having right now. It's not gonna be for everyone, obviously, but there is a little bit of this boat, like that boaty energy of, it's living beyond their means. There's definitely this energy of trying to do that to uphold image and stuff like that. A lot of lessons to that. They definitely have a bad credit score. That's all I gotta say about that. But this is someone who is living more modestly. Whatever was driving this person to try to keep whatever they were trying to keep in their life. I'm not sure. I'm not saying this is all money, obviously, but it's figurative. But whatever was driving this person to try to keep that is no longer an issue. In fact, this person has healed that. And then as a result, they're making the necessary changes that we would naturally make, right? You heal what's driving you to try to live out of your means, or you heal what's driving you to hold on to things you don't want, or to do things you don't want, right? When you heal that, you stop doing it. Bam! It's like that. That's why healing is so important. So this is someone who's healed something that was keeping them stuck in a lifestyle, or in a life, right? In a life that they did not want. Yeah. So this is someone I healed that. I'm not sticking around for this. Bye. And they're very much in this boat of just leaving now. And moving towards something else. But it's like they're almost shrinking their life in a way. They're almost like simplifying their life in a way. But it does feel like they're moving to a smaller place in some ways as well. Maybe literally, but I feel like that's probably figurative. In fact, it's interesting. They're bringing up an example where it's like you have, like a furnished apartment or home. It's like this is someone who has less. Like I don't know, like less home decor or something like that, right? And they need so they only need a smaller place now, right? So if they had so much stuff, they need a bigger one. I know it sounds like a strange thing, but it's almost like the filling of their life, the literal filling of the home is being taken away, and now their life is becoming smaller. They're saying it's good, right? But I think that sometimes we tend to, right, because of programming, we tend to think more is better. This person is starting to realize less is more. There it is. Sorry, I know it was a roundabout way to go about it, but they wanted me to double back on that. They're like, you missed something. They did want me to double back on that, but this person is starting to realize less is more, when I feel like before they thought more was more. Real crazy. Anything else on this person's, like, where else is their head at right now? They are starting to see things differently. I do feel they're calling it shadows on the wall. This feels like haunting memories, haunting flashes of this person. They're now starting to come into this person's awareness, and they're starting to deal with it. What is interesting is they're saying that they're going back to the home imagery again, where it's like when they had a bunch of stuff in their home, it's like they couldn't see the shadows on the wall because their walls are filled with so much junk, right? Now they're starting to see things they weren't seeing. It's almost like they're uncovering stuff. It's like when you go through a movie and you're like, oh my God, this is where this has been this whole time. Doesn't make sense. I found headphones. I bought a second pair, but those headphones cost like, $250. And I found that I lost it and I had no idea where it was. And then 6 months later, I found them, and after I already bought a new pair, and it was real annoying anyway. But now I have 2 pairs of that. But it feels like that. Like this is someone who, but it's like in a bad way. They're not happy about finding what they're finding. They're actually, oh my god, I'm finding stuff. It's like stuff that's haunting them, right? That they weren't seeing before, but because their life's so simple, right? Because they're doing less, maybe they're relaxing more, or maybe they're meditating. They're not able to pick up on these things. These were always subtle, is what they're saying. But when your life is simple, right, or simpler, when you have more peace, calm, serenity. It's funny. I just did like a Buddha transmission earlier this morning. So it's somewhat like that, where this person is starting to bring in more of that energy of serenity. They're now starting to see the things that they were missing, that were always plaguing them. It's like they're saying it's like shadow work. Yeah, it's like that. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to say for where this person's head's at for Leo's person? This is an interesting one. I don't know how this fits in for you in your reading, but they are transitioning, by the way, to you. They want to cook for you, and I don't think that cooking is literal exactly per se, but it feels like they want to give more to you. They want to have more to give to you as well. It kind of feels like this person in the past had a bunch of people coming into their kitchen, eating all their food, and then when you came over, there wasn't anything to give you. It was like there was no food left, and this person had to give you water or something like that, and maybe they were out of that too, right? But this is someone who's now starting to, they have more to offer you, and where their head's at is I want to have more to offer Leo. And this is exactly why they're making the shifts that they're making, that are actually making this, allowing this person to have more to give, because less people are coming in to take. I do feel like this person used to have a problem with saying no in the past. Like they would constantly say yes, even though it would hurt them, or even though their heart told them no, right? And this is someone who's now starting to understand, right? I think they're starting to understand that there is a finite amount, right? You know that it's the expression, you cannot give what you don't have, right? What you don't have. It's not possible. It's literally, there's like a fundamental law here in this universe, right? This timeline that we're all on. You can't give what you don't have. It's a rule. So this person's starting to get, well, if I give everyone else this, I have nothing left for Leo, and I don't want a lot. I don't want to do that again. And this is someone who's, where their head's at is they're thinking about their comeback. Yeah. And they're understanding pieces of the puzzle where they were lacking. And I do feel the lack was literal and real here. Yeah. It was very real and literal. So anything else on that? No, they're gonna transition. So what are Leo's person's feelings right now for Leo, the Leo viewer? They see you for you. I definitely feel like this person's eyes are wide open. That seems to be key, by the way. This is someone who's seen you, all of it, very clearly. They're also starting to see what they want very clearly, and where they want to inevitably go, and what they actually see as real fulfillment. It kind of reminds me of, they're giving an example, where it's like you have 2 dishes of food. You have one fast food and one that is actually has, balanced, right? They see you for the healthier version. And sorry, I just there was a limiting belief that I'm gonna have them heal that, where it's like healthy foods are less exciting. That's not true. But there was a limiting belief of mine that just popped up. Anyway, I always have them fix it and heal that. Thank you. But it came out. It just flew right through. It was like, there's this. I thought it was funny. Sorry. But this is someone who sees you as healthy, and they don't want fast food anymore. And that fast food makes them real sluggish, and it doesn't really make them very happy. And this is someone who sees you as someone who's a complete balanced meal. Isn't that what dietitians say? A complete balanced meal. That's how they see you anyway. How else do they feel about the Leo viewers? They want to spend their time with you. But how it came across was that they want to spend the rest of their time with you. That's how they said it. Let's see. I see this person really wanting to show you off to their friends, and really getting, getting a lot. No, not if it's like that. They really want you to get to know their friends, but they want to show you off to their friends as well. This person wants you to walk side by side on their arm. In the past, I feel like they didn't see the value of being together in terms of how it made them. I don't know how to phrase this. I don't know if they were threatened by you. I don't feel that exactly. They're saying it's not that either. But this person now sees how valuable it is to have you by their side. I don't know if this person is now starting to think more long term in terms of poof, in terms of wanting to settle down, where it's like I get how nice it is to have a partner. I don't know, but it's kind of like that, but it's not like that. They're saying it's like that, not like that. But it's like this is someone who's starting to see the strength in coming into union or coming together with you. So they starting to see that this is a really good match, and a match that would actually help better their life. Especially if they are having some kind of financial upheaval because of the changes that they're making. I see this person really starting to see coming together with you will really help them out in that manner. But it's not just that. It's like there's a support system that's there when you are with someone. Emotional, mental, spiritual, and financial, right? Isn't it? Right? So this is someone who's starting to get that there is value in coming together with you. It was value that they didn't see in the past. I don't know. Sorry. It's exactly it, but I don't know how that's being taken in by you. Let me know. But it's like whatever changes that they're having in their life, they're trying to see, oh, yeah, this has value. Does it make sense? It's like because of that change and because of that transitionary period where they're starting to have, I don't know, maybe no friends. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's real crazy, but it's like that. They're saying, oh my God, having Leo in my life would just make things so much easier for me. And I would actually really appreciate that. But it wasn't until they hit this transitionary period where they had nothing when they simplified that they're now looking at this. Oh, right. I know it is what it is. It's how I have it. So they've went through some kind of change, simplified their life, let go of a bunch of stuff and people, and then all of a sudden like, oh, wow. It's kind of like I don't know if they're retired or something like that, but they're giving me a retirement. Where you're sitting there and you're finally living by, maybe you're living by yourself and you're like, you lived by yourself long enough and you're like, I need someone to spend my time with. Does it make sense? It's like that. That's what I feel about you. And when they ask themselves that question, guess who pops up in their mind? You do. So it's like that, okay? It's not exactly that, but it's like that. I hope that makes sense, okay? Is there anything else in terms of how this person feels about Leo, the Leo viewers? Yes, it has to do with their mouth, though. I don't know if this person's not told you how they felt, but they definitely want to use their mouth on you. It is that real clear, but it has to do with the mouth speaking. I do feel this person really likes your smile, your lips, especially if you wear, not everyone's obviously a girl, but if you wear like red lipstick, I don't know, it's how I see it, but it's not obviously literal. But they like your smile, your lips, your smile, your teeth, all that stuff. Let's see. They're going back to the showing off of you as well. This is interesting. I feel that this person in the past may have been a little bit outshined by you. And at first, that made this person feel a little bit wary, or it made this person feel small. That's actually key. They're saying this. It is it, right? It made this person feel very small. Now they see standing by you makes them like bigger. Not that they're as big as you, obviously not. But it's like you choosing them makes this person feel great in that manner because you're so big, you're larger than life, because you stand out, because you have this brilliance about you, because people are always attracted to you. That the fact that they have you, or they could, or they, yeah, I guess they could have you, right? Or they hope they can. The fact that they can have that, it makes this person feel good when before it made this person feel bad. Does it make sense? In the past, I think that it made this person a little bit. Everyone's paying attention to them. It sounds crazy, but that's how I have it. And now it's like, you know what? That there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's not that they're just paying attention to them, is that they're paying attention to both of us, and they're starting to see that. It's like you have star quality. That's what I kept getting, but it was an odd thing to say, but I had to say it like that. You have star quality that makes this person feel great to be by your side. That's all. It is what it is. Okay, so let's see. What are this person's biggest regrets for Gemini right now? Let's see. Sorry, not Gemini. That was a slip. I just did Gemini reading. Leo. What are this person's biggest regrets for Leo? Leo's person. All right, fear took this person over in a big sort of way. I am watching anime, but I'm getting that image. It is what it is. You know, where it like they have those eyes going like that, and it's like, oh my god, I'm so full of fear, and it's like that. That's how I see this person's feelings towards you. Very much stuck in that fear, right? This is one of their biggest regrets is to let their fear kind of trump their love for you. The fear has to do with what they just brought up about you outshining them, you having that star quality. It's not just that. There's also a fear of what they will lose, which is interesting because they've made that choice to do that by themselves, which I think is funny. But in the past, they weren't ready to leave it, and they weren't. That's true, obviously. Now they are making the changes in their life and they're letting go of that, but they're not doing it for you. And I think that was some of the fear. Now they're doing it for themselves, and that is all the better, right? You know, doing something for someone else is never the right thing, right? Doing something for yourself, following your heart, is always the right thing. And this is someone who's now starting to make these decisions for themselves. And they're also starting to think for themselves as well. However, this is someone who regrets not doing that in the past. It's interesting because it kind of feels, according to this person, that everything was leading them to you anyway. And it's like they really resisted that for a long time. And they really tried to pull back from that for a long time. And they really tried to maybe even reject this connection for a long time. And now it's like they're finally giving in. It is what I got. But this is someone who regrets putting up such a big fight. It's almost they're giving me an example now where it's like a child throwing a little tantrum, and it's like, you're gonna go with your parents no matter what. Why are you throwing that tantrum? But it's like that where it's like they just had to do it, and they had to, and it is true. And this person is looking at this like, I do that tantrum, I put up this big fight, and I'm doing it anyway, willingly. And it's like, it's a regret for theirs, but it's more of like a funny regret to me, but it does kind of feel like that to them, where it's like, of course I am. It does. This is someone who, it's like every flow or every path that they've taken has led them to this destination of just you. And it's like, I've been fighting this so long, right? And it's like, what's the point? And it's interesting, not just that though. This person it's funny that I fought this for so long and I ended up here anyway. Very, very interesting. Let's see, what else, what other regrets they have about Leo? I feel like this person had a habit of when you needed this person most, they let you down. It's fact, I feel like they looked away as well. I don't know if you've had issues where you were like, you know how sometimes you get into like, two people come together and they get into an argument, you could step by your someone's side or not. You know what I mean? And this person kind of pretended like they didn't see it happening so that they could not get up or something, or not defend you, or not come to your side. Yeah. I know it's an oddly specific thing, but that's what I have. And this person really regrets not defending you the way that they should have, and not being there the way that they should have. They really wish that they had supported you more. But Ben, no, it's that, but it's not exactly that. The exact thing that they're saying, this person regrets not being someone you can count on. There it is. That's it. But that was the example anyway. But it's like that. All right. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to take this over to the extended, Leo. If you want to check it out, please don't forget to like and comment. The extended is in the comment section. Also, angel healing if you are interested in that. And yeah, take care. Bye, Leo.